Okay, my friends, this is Peymon Montahede, and tonight I'm going to cover a fun topic for you guys. I always love to hear good news, how IRS has fallen apart, and how they can help you live free. So this is going to be one of those fun presentations. So with that, I'm not going to make you wait anymore. We're going to get to the good stuff now. Ready to start, guys? Here we go. The IRS is in chaos now. How can this save you tons of money? I will show you. We have to start again, looks like. Okay? We're going to do it one more time before recording. Okay. The IRS is in chaos. And how can this help save you hundreds of thousands of dollars or maybe millions or more? I will show that to you in this presentation. I am Peymon Montahede, the president of Freedom Law School, which I created in 1996, and I have not paid these crooks and criminals in D.C. for over 30 years any money. No federal income or payroll taxes, no filing. IRS knows about me, never been in prison, and be teaching Americans like you to do the same legally and safely, correctly. So let's talk about IRS, how they're in chaos now. Here's headlines coming up. February, leadership shift, Billy Long to replace IRS Commissioner that Biden had left behind. Then come this other one, Krause to serve as acting commissioner, okay? O'Donnell retires. Then we have this other headline that this Irish whistleblower, he was for 2 days acting Irish commissioner before he is also replaced. And then Faulkner is named as the fourth acting Irish commissioner. And so basically, IRS loses its fourth commissioner in just 3 months. And it gets actually worse for the IRS. This is an article actually labeled IRS is in chaos, and it's true. Doge, IRS departures, data agreements, and more are creating havoc at the IRS. And that's good news for you, my friends, who believe in freedom, want to be free and prosperous. So let's get back to this exciting news. So again, IRS is on its 5th commissioner since January 1st. Okay, Gary Wilford was the guy that we know was inherited from Biden. He was the first one. So then, what experts say is that it will take time for all the agency cuts to be felt by people outside the IRS, including taxpayers and taxpayer community. Oh, do I feel bad for them? Don't file those 1040 confession forms. You'll be free of these guys. Who needs them? And yes, the more complex audits will also decline. Okay, fine. But that means that the IRS will focus on low-hanging fruits, exam that agents conduct solely through correspondence. Maybe, or they do even less of that as well, by the way. Okay? Now, and they say, oh, but good luck in getting people to reply to correspondence that you send to the IRS. So, don't send anything to the IRS. Don't file a 1020 form. You don't have to wait for them to respond to you. That's right. And they say, oh, taxpayer assistance will also suffer, including phone lines. Well, that's the easiest solution for that. Don't be a taxpayer. Don't pay taxes. You won't have any problems if you're not a taxpayer, if you don't file income taxes. You'll be free of all these problems that the IRS will be having more of. And check this out, okay? On January 1st, IRS had about 100,000 employees. 11,000 people were either terminated or took the government's first deferred resignation offer in February and March. And then another 22,000 or so accept the government's second deferred resignation offer in April. Yeah, And many of these workers have already left the agency or will be gone by May or June. Right now we're in mid-May at the latest. Okay? And even more widespread layoffs or reductions in force are expected to take place. So that means already that's about 1/3, 1 out of 3 IRS employees will be gone, and more coming. There's a bunch of incompetent, lazy people. They're going to even be doing worse than they did before. Okay? So, and of course, here's the interesting part. They do mention all aspects of the IRS will be impacted, including enforcement. That's right. They'll leave American people alone more. That's good. Chief counsel, that's lawyers, appeals officers, forms, taxpayer servers, criminal investigations. Who needs these guys? Do you want these people? No, I don't want them. Get rid of them. Good. Suffer completely and leave. Right? We don't need that in this free country. Okay, and then computer and database modernization. That's fine. Let the IRS break apart sooner by not updating its system. Okay? And many of these IRS workers who took the deferred resignation offers are near or at retirement age. Like me, I'm 62 years old, everybody. The loss of experience and know-how will be hard to replenish with those who remain. Ain't that the truth? Yes, the experienced people are gone. Young people don't know what they're doing, right? Now here's more. And then modernizing the IRS's outdated, antiquated database and other IT systems. Guess what? That is being put on hold. That's right. So the IRS will not be any more efficient. And all this propaganda about, oh, IRS is going to use AI to get people. All a bunch of lies. It's just a bunch of lies. Get you scared. None of that will happen. Okay? So I want you to know the good news is they are falling apart just like the Soviet Union. The communist Soviet Union, who started in 1917, it collapsed. It took over 70 years. It collapsed in 1991. This communist income tax system started get going after World War II, when they got Americans to agree to withholding from the paycheck. Okay? So from late 40s to 2020s, oh, it's been over 70 years. It's time for the IRS to go down the dustbin of history the same way the Soviet Union collapsed from within. And you and I, my friends, will help make that happen. Well, look, watch this video, okay? Associated Press did this article, but this is young people in the Soviet Union stood up to the totalitarian, brutal, communist regime of Joseph Stalin. Why? Because they recognize en masse this is not the same regime that brutally murdered millions in 1920s and 30s. No, it's not. This is an outdated government system that will and did fall apart from within, and that's what's going on with the income tax. The whole IRS. That means you can be free. I know you're hurting with inflation. Price of food, rent, mechanic, car repair, everything's been going up. And wages not kept up with inflation. I know that. You deserve a pay raise. But guess what? The pay raise was always yours to begin with, because you never owed an income tax to the federal government in the first place. They just need you to fill out this 1040 U.S. individual income tax return form. And on this form, claim you owe the IRS income. This U.S., they misled you to believe that means the 50 states, United States. But it does not. What is it? This form is actually the District of Columbia individual income tax return, if we understood the definitions they cleverly hide in the tax laws, in their internal revenue code, the Bible of the IRS. They make this big book of gobbledygook, confusion on purpose so long, you just give up and depend on TurboTax, okay, or your accountancy, your tax attorney to help you figure out what the heck is all this? What am I supposed to do? Definitions we're hitting at the back, not for the front for you to see it and see it does not apply to you in the back. Let me show you what these eye-opening definitions are, which were hidden in plain sight in the law books. Right here, the 1040 form instructions that the IRS puts out tells us right here about following requirements on page 8 that these rules apply to all U.S. citizens. And I agree, U.S. But what does U.S. mean? They don't tell you. They mislead you again to believe it's a 50 states, and it is not. This is going to shock you. Okay? Here it is. The Code of Federal Regulations, the Federal Income Tax Regulations, okay? Part 1.1-1 Income Tax on Individuals tells us that Section 1 of the code, the Internal Revenue Code you saw, imposes an income tax on income of every individual who's a citizen or resident of the United States. Again, they made you believe that means me, you. No. Here is a definition of the United States, specifically from the Internal Revenue Code online at uscode.house.gov. Here is Title 26, the Internal Revenue Code, Chapter 79, definitions. Right, oh, here's a trick. You ready for the trick? When used in this title, what title? Again, folks, Title 26, the Internal Revenue Code, the Bible of the IRS, is what we're reading online from government's own official source of law. So they define all these things like person, partner, that do not need any defining, but they want to give them specific definitions. And here's the one for the United States and state. Now look at that. The term state does not include any of the 50 states, but includes only the District of Columbia, which is not even a state. How could it include the District of Columbia, which is not a state, in the definition of the term state? Because they can. And they also deliberately do not list any of the 50 states. Not California, Texas, New York, Florida, none of them. And same thing, by the way, when it comes to United States. The only thing included in there is, again, the District of Columbia, but not any of the 50 states. Yep. So you see, a U.S. citizen is someone from the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. Not you or me who live in the 50 United States, 50 United countries. Okay? Now, it gets even better, okay? Here it is. The Supreme Court takes away all the doubt about these definitions, and Gould versus Gould. This is a unanimous Supreme Court tax case. And what does the Supreme Court tells us? That in the interpretation or understanding of statutes, laws, levying or imposing taxes. So in understanding laws that impose taxes, it is the established rule not to extend their provisions of tax laws, by implication or implying, beyond the clear import of the language used, or to enlarge their operation of the tax laws, so as to embrace matters not specifically pointed out. What does that mean? Well, look at this right here. Section 7701, United States and state, they do not list any other 50 states. They're not there. You cannot assume there's anything in the United States for tax purposes besides the District of Columbia. Right? Okay, so they deceived it to believe all this. Okay, and one more thing. If you have any doubt about this stuff, the tax laws are construed or interpreted most strongly against the government's power to tax and in favor of the citizen not being taxed. So any doubt about all this is you're free. You're not a slave. You never owed income tax. You see, people, America was 13 colonies, became 13 states. These 13 states or countries became a union, and they had the Washington, D.C. government, United States, be an agent of the states, and still is. The federal government is a government of limited powers that the states gave it, like common defense, common money, common immigration rules, and things like that. The states remain countries, sovereign, same as France, Germany, and Italy in the European Union are countries. Florida, Texas, New York are also countries within this union. And in D.C., however, the federal government can do whatever they want because it was given to them as a military headquarters to protect the states from invasion by England, take America back. Okay, and it was independent in that land that was given. So that's the land and its people where the income tax law is written for. And look at this. The 10th Amendment reminds everybody, okay, that the federal government is a government of limited powers. The powers not delegated to the United States by Constitution, nor prohibited by the states, are reserved to states, respectively, or to the American people. Very simple. The income tax never applied to you. So you don't have to be afraid of the IRS, folks. They're falling apart. No more signing those 1040 income tax confession forms because you're only hurting yourself. You sign those 1040 forms, you put the rope around your neck, you say on the oath, you're the Irish money, and you put the burden of proof on yourself. You do all of this, okay? Okay, because you were deceived by your accountant, your attorney. Sign a 1040 form, it's a confession form, and you put the noose around your neck. And when you do that, you confess under oath that you owe the IRS money. And this is how you give the IRS the power to audit you. There's no audit without a tax return. There's nothing to audit. There's no expenses, deduction, credits to audit when you don't file anything at all. This is how IRS gets the power to empty your bank account because you tell them you owe them the money. Steal your crypto, your property, and put you in prison. All there. People, you gotta check this out for yourself in more detail, but I'm going to show this to you right now that you need to know that the safest way to have the IRS leave you alone is to not file any 1040 income tax confession form. Just stop. Stop signing this form under oath, penalties of perjury, claiming that you owe the IRS money. On line 37, you say how much you owe. You say it under oath. Tell your friends, stop signing these forms. Your accountant, did he tell you what it means when it says sign here? The fine print? Did he tell you what the fine print means? Of course not. That CPA or accountant would make no money if it told you put the rope around your neck by paying him. Right? So these are the keys you need to know. And of course, the good news is IRS is propaganda. It's all lies by media, the Wizard of Oz. You don't need to be afraid of them. And the gig is over. People are waking up, realizing the buttons were pushed by the controlled media, by corrupt preachers who tell you to pay to Caesar what's under Caesar's. But You never owed anything to Caesar to begin with. Okay, these are fear buttons, all the panic buttons, everything else. Okay, so folks, IRS is just going and going and gone. Okay, and the truth is, they are not the Godzilla that they pretended to be, that media pretended for you to be. Okay, none of our students gone to prison who came to us clean with the Irish. That's right, none of them. Okay, you don't have to be a slave, pay, worship the beast at all, give anything. You will not go to prison if you write our petitions to congressmen for free. Challenge your congressman. Show me where I'm wrong, and I'll pay the income tax. I've done that, so should you, for free on our website. If you go there, it's all there. By the way, you can stop income tax withholding. If you go here on the right, third menu item is free yourself from tax withholding. Go there. Stop your employer from stealing income tax from your paycheck. Okay? It's there for free. I have a free video on this topic, free instructions, and the free forms to do it correctly. So stop the stealing of income taxes from your paycheck and then stop filing. If you're an independent contractor, a salesman, business owner, stop sending money to the IRS and stop signing the 1040 form. It's so easy. You can fire your accountant, CPA, tax attorney. You don't need them. Okay? So, and it's easy. If you want to get safety, folks, it's available. If you want extra safety, you can do it for free on your own, or like the founding fathers, get together with each other and join our Restore Freedom plan. And here now together, you can back each other up, and have 100% guarantee IRS will not take any of your money, otherwise you will be reimbursed, and you will not go to prison either. And better than that, even, you can get paid by telling others, by loving others, and spread the truth. Be the modern day Paul Revere. That's right. Where's our brochures? We will send you our brochures for free, okay? To hand out to people. That's right. Restore Freedom brochures. Teaching people. No law requires 99% of Americans to file and pay income or payroll taxes. That's right. We mail it to you for free, all these, and just put your information down here, your name and phone number, or number we give you, private number, and we won't even pay you. A great way to make extra income in this bad economy. You need extra income? Fun way to make money? Sell freedom, not widgets, not toys, not on Amazon. Sell freedom. Text your friends and family members. Email them on our social media. Mention us, okay? And you have America be free and have yourself be free. So in short, the solution is in your hands. The IRS is falling apart. How soon you'll free yourself, it's up to you. All you have to do is when you get in your car every day, put our videos up there, again on our website, freedomlawschool.org. That's right. And then, as you drive around, listen to our videos, wash your road, and educate yourself. For free. After a short time, a few days of driving, listen to it, and at work, at lunch or dinner, at night, watch them again to make sure you get it, you'll be free, just like me. And together, we can join hands by telling other people that we love, give them a chance to learn the truth. You can stand up and have you live free and prosperous with joy, no more financial worries, and so can America. We can make America great once again. So go to freedomlawschool.org and continue your journey to freedom that you were meant to be. Okay, now I'm going to get to your questions, okay? I got 2 people who emailed me some questions. I'll get to them after the questions of those people who are right now online waiting to get their questions answered. The number to call you see on your screen is 657-383-1755, and then you press 1 on your telephone keypad. Again, 442-552-1299, and on your telephone keypad you press 1, and you'll be next after two callers we have right now from area codes 509 and 209 who are going to go first. 509 area code caller, please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please. I can't hear him. Hold on. We gotta get a sound issue. Gotta fix on my end. Okay, my IT guy will fix that. So hang in there, my friend. He's gonna make sure that I get the sound. Hear you again. We ready? Okay, let's try again. Go ahead, my friend. What's your name? I don't hear him. Still.
What's your name?
Okay, good. No, he's 519 area code. He's there. Let me try him again. Let's try again one more time. 519 area code caller. You're live now. Go ahead and announce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm John Nichol, and I heard about your program way back in after Biden left all the military hardware in Afghanistan, and that's when I finally said to heck with paying taxes.
Good.
My question is...
And how was it that you heard about us?
Mike Adams. I listen to Mike Adams a lot, and you were on his show, and you were there explaining your whole program and how, and then telling people to go to the website. So I decided to go to the website and I went through the whole program, but I never did file a letter to my congressman, which I wish I did, but she's gone now, and they got some new dude.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is to you, sir. I live now. I'm married a Ghanaian woman. I moved here to Ghana, Africa. I've been here for the last 8 months. I am heading home for a while because my wife died and I had needed to get some whatever. And I also work with my sister. My parents left us a lot of inheritance and stuff, so I got a lot of money and a lot of stuff. But I got this email, I don't know if you've heard about it, where the IRS is taking passports from people that have owed taxes now. I don't know if this article is true or what. And I'm coming back in the 28th of May, and I don't want to land in Kennedy Airport and have the port of entry people, the immigration people, seize my passport and detain me because I haven't filed a 1040 after I've watched all your videos and all that other stuff. So what am I to do? I mean, I'm concerned, and I know there's no law. The whole Jekyll Island thing is a scam at the beginning. So I want to know what to do and what should I do if they do pull this shenanigans off.
Okay. Well, first of all, IRS potentially can take someone's passport if the person owes the IRS over $60,000 roughly and makes no payment plan. However, that will not happen for you if you join our Restore Freedom Plan, and we will challenge the IRS. See, what people do not know is accountants and CPAs They pretend to know the tax law and tax law procedure, where they know basically near zero tax law procedure and laws. So, and that's why you lose with these guys. But if you know the tax law and the procedures like Freedom Law School does, you can challenge them, and they cannot tax you while you're challenging them in tax court, in collection due process hearing. So you exercise those rights. By law, you're protected. Just like they cannot take your money and your neighbor sues you for $1 million. He has to win a trial, a judgment before he takes your stuff. That takes time, maybe years. With the IRS, it takes many years if you challenge them properly. Even if you were to lose as a worst case scenario for the IRS to take any of your money. 5 years, 10 years, or more. Meanwhile, they cannot do any kind of collection activity from you. Your bank account is safe, stocks, bonds, paycheck, all your property is safe. And your passport, your right to a passport, is also completely safe. So you're the perfect candidate, my friend. That's why I created Restore Freedom Plan for people like you, my friend. So you join. Basically, 30% of what you would have paid the IRS, the crooks, you get to keep 70% of the money you would have paid to the swamp for yourself and your family. The other 30%, we protect you 100%, as I explained. We do all the work that's necessary, attorneys as necessary. I'll guide them myself. And even after many, many, many years, even if we were to not win and lose a case, and you owe the IRS some money, you take it, we'll reimburse you the money that the IRS took from you. So you have no risk, and your passport will never be at risk at all. You can come and go as you wish, John. Any other questions?
So, well, yeah, my goal was when I landed into Kennedy, and my plan was down the road, I wanted to come to your office and have, pay the $1,000, whatever it is, to have a meeting with you to sit down and figure out a plan, since I'm living over here now. I pretty much don't, I'm becoming a kind of a permanent, they're giving me a permanent visa, a living, and eventually they may give me a dual citizenship. I don't know about that, but I'm just concerned when I land. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. That's my concern. And, how, if something like that happens, then how do I contact you, or what do I do if they take everything away, like cell phones?
They won't do that. That will not happen, because I'll tell you what, the reason, because before they can do that, they must send you a series of letters by certified mail otherwise, and give you a chance to challenge them. Now, let me ask you a couple of questions. Let me ask, hold on.
Okay.
Biden pulled out of Afghanistan about 2 years ago, right? Correct, if I remember right? So you didn't file for 2023 or 22? What was the last year you filed for?
Last time was 2020, after 21, when I stopped doing that.
Okay.
How I came to stop doing it, I started studying, the national movement, the anti-abortion rights and all that, and all. I read all her stuff and all the other national stuff, and all that stuff, and then I found you, and I started listening to you. I watched all the videos and heard you on other programs, so I decided to, wanted to come and meet you and sit down and do a plan. But I moved here to Ghana. I live here now. I'm pretty much I'm pretty much here and much over there. And so what I do have my bank account where my retirement checks go there, and then I transfer money from my bank to the banks I've opened here. So it's kind of a circle thing.
That's fine, John. You're fine, my friend. Listen, you can come to the United States right now in May. Come to New York, come to Florida. We can be in person, not a problem. You don't have a problem.
Okay.
Okay? You cannot just take your stuff like that. That's the myth. Your case is still newer, okay? And there's a lot of stops IRS must have gone through, so you should be fine. I mean, let me ask you, did you get mail in the United States at the address of a relative or friend that mail gets to them or gets forwarded to you in Ghana?
Well, my sister used to take the mail, but she asked me, a lot of the mail is junk mail, and she just said, John, I'm going to throw all this away. I said, go ahead. The mailing system over here in Ghana is a joke.
No, in America, because the IRS sends letter to a last address you gave them on your last tax return. As long as someone's there, check the mail once in a while, if you haven't gotten anything from the IRS, you're fine.
No, I haven't signed the 1040.
Yeah.
At all. I've never. I don't put the noose around my head. I haven't done that, and I'm. And what Doge has been finding now, that's just pissing me off more. Because why do we have the IRS when there's trillions of dollars that have been illegally used for whatever?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Right.
Listen, the Corona hoax put a big caboose to the back of IRS's neck in 2020, 21, I'll get 22. They still haven't recovered from that. They were just starting to get out of it late last year under Biden, a little bit. And then, guess what? Doge came, and all of a sudden, you just heard, IRS is back down the toilet again. So, no, they have not come after you. You're still good. Right now, you're good because IRS is in chaos. So, but people got to join our Restore Freedom Plan, John, before something comes up, not afterwards. This is the plan for people like America's founding fathers. We all get in there before something happens, one for all for one. Benjamin Franklin said, gentlemen, we shall hang together or we shall surely hang separately. This is about all of us getting together right now, and you're in a perfect situation. Good thing before something comes up. We can take care of you, my friend. You can come and go as you want to Ghana or United States. Okay?
Okay. All right. Well, when I get to the States, I first got to go to get an operation, and I will be there sometime, probably in October. I've got a lot of things I got to do back home because my parents left my family a lot of inheritance, and we got to deal with all that.
Well, that also we can help you with that. Have your estate not to pay income tax on that estate. There's no estate tax that applies to people in 50 states. So we can help that from you and your family not to pay income tax on that as well. And make sure they don't send you money to the IRS. That's your money now. And your siblings, the attorneys, the CPAs, watch them. Don't let them send their money to the IRS. Don't let them have you guys sign the papers. When you sign the papers, that's when it goes to the thieves in the IRS. So we can help you with that department also right away. I would recommend you may want to do a one-on-one private consultation, John, so we can go over this whole situation of your estate in a more full way before your siblings sign paperwork, give your rights and your money away to the IRS. Okay?
Well, I've tried to tell my sister, but she thinks I'm a nutcase because she's afraid of the IRS. And so No, I told her to go to your webpage. She did go, but she thinks you're a scammer.
That's okay. That's okay. She thinks that. What you do, John, in a one-on-one consultation, okay, you just get on the phone with you and me, and we'll talk. That's okay. Say, hey, I want you to talk to somebody. And just be on the phone. Okay? And then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
That's what you do.
All right. Well, I'll see you in a while. Okay? All right.
You got it, my friend.
I appreciate you.
The operation. Hey, listen. You have to do it. I don't trust the medical system. You may not come out of that room.
I don't either.
But don't do it, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I have to do it because if I don't, I mean, if there was a good doctor here, I would do it here. But the hospital systems here are really bad. They're worse than the American system. But
I would suggest you look into some good natural health stuff before you cut your body up. Okay? Maybe that could be avoided. I don't know enough about your situation to tell you. But I would suggest you take a good hard look at natural alternate ways of healing your body versus cutting your body up. Okay?
you know, I know. I'm a herbalist. I'm pretty healthy. But this is something I have to get out of.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
I appreciate your time, and I'll let you get to the other caller.
You're welcome, my friend. You're most welcome. Thanks for calling, John.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Okay. You're welcome. My pleasure. We have a 209 area code caller, followed by a caller from area code 361, another one from area code 770, and then another one from area code 408 after him. So let's start with the area code 209 caller. Give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please. You're live from area code 209. What's your name? 209 caller, are you there? I guess not. We're going to go to the next caller. From area code 361 caller, go ahead and give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
My name is Carson. I heard about Freedom Law School from a family member. And my question is, I haven't paid taxes in I think 8 years. I just filed exempt. I'm not 100% sure if I've ever signed a 1040, not willingly or knowingly, but I've been filing exempt and haven't had any issues with IRS coming after me, but I have acquired ownership in a company, and that is all pending on me getting my tax situation situated, I guess, because as a construction company, we've grown it pretty rapidly in the last 2 years, and the company needs to have bonding, which is an insurance policy, which the insurance company is saying that they need tax returns, and then also the banks that we use are requiring tax returns for loans. So as of right now, I am not on the LLC documents as an owner, but I have this ownership pending in limbo, waiting on me to figure out my tax situation, I guess.
Okay, I don't understand.
I'm wondering
this company that you're saying, who owns it right now? A stranger or a family member? Are you buying it cash?
No, it's two friends of mine, and they asked me 2 years ago to come on board as an owner, but we haven't changed the legal documents with the state to put my name on it, because of my partners are scared that we're no longer going to be able to get loans or or bonding because of my tax situation, not paying taxes.
Not at all. Not at all. Listen, they've got bonding. They always get loans with their tax returns, and they can continue to do so. You just got to add another owner. They can continue to get loans with their tax returns if they want to.
Well, the banks ask for all owners' tax returns, so that's what they're scared of. If they add me as an owner, then I'm going to be required to show my tax returns, which I don't have, and then they're no longer going to be able to get bonded. And they want me to be another owner, but the liability that they're carrying, I'm not able to carry that because I am not able to do the bonding.
Okay, this is a little more complex, Carson. You need a private, detailed consultation to go over the specifics of your situation. This is not a standard kind of a case you got. Let's get on the phone privately, go over all the stuff. Ideally, your partners will be on the call also, because I can address, obviously, their concerns, their fears, and they can better speak about their concerns themselves. And at the end, if I have to persuade them that it'll be okay, I got to persuade them more than you that everything will be okay. So set up a time. We can talk to all of us. Okay?
Okay. Do I just call the office and set up that time?
Well, it's paid consultation. If you go to our website, freedomlawschool.org, we have it on the instruction on how to do that. And, it's there. Get help. And then, if you have questions, call us. I'll tell you how to do that. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling, Carson. Okay, we got now, let's see, 770 caller. Then we got 408, 209, and 512 area code caller. Got to add to the list. Okay, 770 caller. Tell me how you heard about Freedom Law School. and your first name and how you heard about it. And then your question, please.
Hello, my name is Thomas. Can you hear me?
Yes, Thomas.
Okay. All right. Okay. I heard for Freedom Law School on the Stu Peters show. Mm-hmm. That's where I heard from you on the Stu Peters show. Mm-hmm. My question is, I have a sole member LLC that I have a bunch of W-9 employees, and back in 2022, I sent out the 1099s, and there were several. There were a lot of people that either filed, it was all done on a website, and they had filed. They either put the wrong numbers in, or they never filled out the W-9 form. Now I've gotten a registered letter from the IRS, anyway, it's what they've done is they have a civil penalty, and what they're doing is they have an intent to seize or levy for that civil penalty. And at this point, I was wondering what options do I have?
I guess your correspondence with the IRS, the whole mess you got, Thomas. I have no magic bullets. You have a unique situation. I can look at the facts of your case, what they did not do, what the IRS says in that letter, but we need to do it as soon as possible. Because you have so much time, usually 30 days, maybe 60, maybe 90 days to challenge them. Yeah, you got to do them, challenge them on time. So let's do a paid private consultation with all the paperwork with me. I don't care if it's 20 pages or 200 pages. Get it all to me. I need to see it all, review it all, talk with you, find out what's going on, and we can take a right step how to resolve this problem for you. Okay?
Okay, so just go online and schedule a one-on-one consultation?
Yes.
Okay.
And on our website, I'll show you guys to get help on our freedomlawschool.org. On the top left area is to get help. Near the bottom top left, click on Get Help, and it gives you the different ways you can get help. What you guys need is a private consultation. Okay, first thing that comes up. Okay, and the order form, click on that. If you have any questions, just give us a call back at 813-444-4800, and anybody can help you, about how the consultation gets set up right away properly. Okay, Thomas?
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're most welcome, my friend. Okay, we're going to go to the next caller we have from area code 408. Please give me your first name, my friend, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Yes, my name is Suzanne. Can you hear me?
Yes, Suzanne.
Yes. I heard from Freedom Law School from one of the Patriot game in Las Vegas. No, the conference, not the game. Yeah. So my question is that on 20 and 21, I did not file the income tax. I didn't send 1040, but the IRS sent me that I owe $47,000 for those 2 years. They call it proposed tax for my previous 18 and 19 years where I make money. So now they levied my account twice, the bank, and they took all the money out. But at that time, I did not have a lot. So how do I get them off my back or clear up my balance?
Wow. What took you so long to call me, Suzanne? You heard about me in in Las Vegas. I assume it was Clay Clark's bank in Las Vegas. I was a couple years ago. Why did you wait so long to call me? Why did you not call me
because
back then, a year ago, 6 months ago?
I lost the pamphlet. I received a pamphlet, so I filed it just recently. So I started reading the 7th step, and then now I called.
I'm sorry you didn't contact me immediately after you met us in Vegas. You lost our paperwork, but I don't know what to do without seeing your paperwork. I gotta see what kind of mess you're in. The paperwork the IRS sends you, what it's about, what it's not, what they did wrong or right, what you did wrong or right, where you at, and evaluate your options. There's always options. Option 1, 2, sometimes 3. But we have to evaluate your situation before I can tell you what to do. Okay?
I did send my tax information to question@freedomlaw.org. I emailed it, actually.
Okay, let's see.
A couple of days ago.
Well, I don't have it here. Did you call us? Make sure we get it.
Okay, I will call them.
If you ever send paperwork for me to review for free, which I'm happy to do, up to 10 pages, I'll review for free. A letter, maybe 1 or 2 pages, I can review it for free, and I'm happy to do so. But you have to make sure that my people know about this for the Freedom Hour, so put that aside for me to see. Don't assume they're going to give it to me automatically. Please don't assume anything. Let's be safe and sure. Call and make sure this is for the Freedom Hour. Did you get it? Okay, good. Make sure Peymon has it. I'm calling this Tuesday night. I got Carson send me something. I'm going to go over that, for example. I got John send me something. I got to go over that in a little bit, paperwork. But yours I don't have. But you need a private, detailed consultation because you have a mess, girl. Yours is not a simple answer, just do this, do that. It's like calling the doctor. My back bothers me. My neck bothers me. My eye bothers me. My liver bothers me. I'm throwing up. Tell me on the phone how to fix it. No doctor would give you on the telephone an answer without doing it. Let's say, come on in. Let me examine you, what's going on. Ask you a bunch of questions, additional questions. Maybe do some tests. And then I can evaluate what your situation is. And then what I recommend, right? Same thing here.
Okay. I hear you. Right. And the next question I have is about the private trust, because I watched the program. It says that you own nothing, but you control everything. And I'd like to know if you can do the private trust or refer some people to us to put in there. In another word, do we have to pay tax when we in that private trust?
That's bunch of
It almost
hooey.
looks like-
Someone told you that if you do a trust, we'll do this magic stuff that you don't have to file income tax. You do not already have to pay income tax to begin with. You do not need to do a trust to stop filing and paying income tax. Now, a trust is a good estate planning tool for many people or business planning tool. Not everybody wants or needs it. I do not know if you need one at all in the first place. It sounds to me someone was trying to sell you something for get your money. You don't need that. You are free. But if you have home, businesses, real estate assets that you want to leave to your children or grandchildren, that's probably a good idea to look at getting maybe set up some trust to make that transfer happen to them peacefully and properly and avoid probate and courts when you pass away. Otherwise, you don't need one automatically in any way whatsoever. Okay, Suzanne?
Yeah. I have a living trust. With my account information and the beneficiary of the children.
Okay.
Is that good enough, or we need a private trust where they said that because property tax, why do we have to pay property tax? It's like you bought a computer and then you don't have to pay tax every year. Why on the property?
Because property tax is a foundation tax that the counties laid from times of the American independence that pays for the sheriff to protect it from bad guys, maybe a couple of deputies, the building, the part-time prosecutor and judge, maybe some roads. Now it's become too much in America, I agree. But legally, constitutionally, property tax is valid. In fact, we got to go back to that. Be the only tax. Get rid of all those other taxes. Okay? But income tax, Suzanne, you don't have to pay that slavery tax. That's a lot more than property tax. And that does nothing for you. The property tax pays for, like I said, sheriffs, police, courts, firemen, these services government that you expect to want and need. Not the federal government that there's no law requiring you, and it's all waste and corruption, war and murder. Right? So focus on income tax.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, Suzanne?
Just one last question on my husband.
Hi, Mr. Peymon. Appreciate you helping so many people out and having patience to answer just about every question they have. Are you hearing me okay?
Yes, go ahead. What's your name?
Okay, my name is Warren, and I heard about you from my wife here. Mm-hmm. Right now, I just say in short, there's some questions that I have, mm-hmm. and I'm in the process of filling out the paperwork to send that in. Mm-hmm. I haven't. I have some questions because I do have some pension plans. I have other bank accounts and whatever, and I own a home, and I do have 5 kids and 9 grandkids, and so. I heard you talk to Suzanne about the trust issues, the private trust, and there's a life trust. I'll figure out which one I need for the family, or for my the beneficiary, my wife being the beneficiary. Now, I got one question right off the bat I want to ask you as far as regarding marital status. I got married out of the country, but I haven't registered or got licensed yet for the marriage. I had a full-on wedding out of the country. But what I wanted to do is to make sure that she gets her stuff in order and taken care of, where I don't have to worry or fret. That's one of the things I'm holding back on as far as even if it's even necessary to get registered. I paid a good chunk.
No, there's no need. There's no need to be registered at all. My wife and I never got a marriage license, and we married. Everybody, including the IRS, recognizes it as us as married. You don't need no permission from nobody to marry nobody, okay? You're good.
Thank you very much. Okay. Mm-hmm. Good deal, because I love this woman, and she's a little crazy sometimes, so I have to watch out for her, make sure that we're on the same track. But anyhow, I appreciate you taking my call. The other question, quick questions, is that I think whatever it costs, or I will find out how much it costs, understanding for what she has told me, mm-hmm. that I will give whatever information I need to get this in, we're comfortable. I'm not making a lot of money, but making better than some, not as much as others. But I'm definitely I'm set up good. I just don't want to have to worry with, every time I turn around, I'm having to pay more money to the IRS, or now there's a little bit of my second home that I remodeled. I got a really nice price on it, and I know I'm going to owe, or would normally owe the old school. I would normally owe either 125 or 250 married, 125 single. And so one of the other reasons why I didn't want to file taxes anymore is not only are they for the second time going to be trying to say that I only get $100,000 of the money and all the money I put into the home, and I don't have all my receipts. I got lots of pictures illustrating what I did to the last home before I bought the home that I have now. Mm-hmm. So I just want to, I've always been very organized and putting things together, and this is like going out on the walk on the mountaintop without the lights. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I want to make sure that I get everything in order. And so would you recommend I just fill out the paperwork and then we can talk some more? Right now, that's the reason why I didn't file 2023. Mm-hmm. I didn't sign the 1040 form. Mm-hmm. The only reason I had to fill out a form was to send it in because my local 250 wants to make sure that I'm not working anything like similar line of work and somewhere else. Nor can I teach. I can always illustrate and tell guys how to do it. I was able to teach it at a college, the field that I was working in, and that was awesome to be able to share with others what I had learned for over the years. But I think for me, maybe from what I hear, I appreciate continuing to listen on the Tuesdays whenever we can. But fill out the paperwork, send in whatever information, and go from there. Is that all right?
Yeah. Let me get all your paperwork and write me a letter.
Yep.
Maybe could be 1 page, could be 2-3 pages about your situation and your questions. So with your letter, reading that, your paperwork, and then talking with you, both of you, I can get a whole build big picture, and I can answer your specific questions as well properly.
I figured you could. Very good. Nice meeting you.
You're
talking
welcome.
to you. And who do we send the letter to? What address?
To on our website. It's on there. If you go to our website, again on the top left is Get Help. Click on Get Help. Okay, on the top left of our website. When you get there, it's a consultation. It's the first thing that comes up. Okay, so then you click on the gold bar. It says Open Order Form. Click on that, and there it is. The form is there, and the address, everything is on that form. Everything, phone number, everything. Our phone number is 813-444-4800. Anybody with questions, you are welcome. Everybody to call our office 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. We just expand our hours to 7 p.m. Eastern. So, okay? 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call us, 813-444-4800. We'll have to answer all these questions you have as best as we can as well. Okay?
Thank you very much. I'll make room for the next person in line. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Warren. Thank you, my friend, for calling. Let's see, we got 512 area caller, and then a 760 area code caller, and then maybe we get back to 209 area code caller if he comes back, right? Because he wasn't there when his turn came. Okay, from area code 512, my friend, give us your first name, how you heard about us, and then your question, please.
Hi. Yes. Hi, Peymon. My name's Jennifer, and I heard about you a long time ago. Came across a YouTube video that you were doing, and so yeah, that's how I discovered you and Freedom Law School.
Okay. And how can I help you?
So my husband and I, we actually are members as of the past couple of years, and we were in California, and we finally escaped.
Give me hands up, guys, right?
So now, Yeah, finally. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time coming. Anyway, so one of our dreams has been, once we left California, was to invest in business acquisitions, small business acquisitions. My career that I've been doing for the past 20 years is a very physically demanding job, which I love, but I'm not going to be able to do it for another 20 years. And so we're looking into acquiring a small business, but I'm feeling concerned because as far as to get a loan or whatever, we don't have a lot of capital. In fact, my husband, he lost his income stream right now, so our savings has gone quite fast, and so and besides that, we wouldn't have had enough anyway to have enough capital to just buy a business outright. So as far as getting a loan, tax returns are required. So I'm feeling a little defeated at the moment, or like not, kind of concerned.
You want to buy a business? Hold on, let me ask you. Let me help you. You want to get a business. You want to buy it, and even though your husband doesn't have a job right now, and what kind of business is it, by the way?
I mean, we're looking into just something small and simple, something like a laundromat or storage, facility or campgrounds or something.
Okay.
Something simple to start off, anyway.
Okay. All right. Okay, because right now it's not a good time to get too many businesses because the economy is not in a good shape right now. So, but okay. Well, to get a loan, business loan is hard to get. Period. Even with a tax return, doesn't guarantee you a tax return. I mean, a loan. Business loans are hard to get to begin with because there's a big risk in business loans by the investor. It's not like real estate loan. In real estate loans, there's a home to take in case you don't pay. If a business goes under, what does the lender have to take? So a tax return is not the answer you're looking for. They want the lender some real estate, some hard asset as a security for that loan, not just your tax return. You realize that?
Well, I'm not looking to buy a business to a brand new business. I'm looking for a business that's already been established.
I know. Still, the lenders to give loans on that are they want they want you to put a good amount of money down yourself. They want you to have skin in the game. You want to buy a business for, let's say, $1 million, for example. I'm just throwing a number out there. And you want to borrow against it. They say, wait a minute, you got to put yourself, I don't know, $200,000, $400,000 in it yourself, your money, and then they can lend you maybe the other $600,000 or $800,000. You don't have that.
Right.
So you cannot do that. Sorry about that.
Well, I mean, I'd like to figure out, a situation where it's possible, partial seller financing, but we would still probably have to find.
Yeah, I know. Even with that, even seller financing, the lender says, I want you to put your skin in the game. Your money in there, otherwise I won't. But the investor that says, well, wait a minute, in that case, it looks like I'm buying it. I'm taking the risk. There's no risk for you. The lender says, wait a minute, okay, the seller got a good business, supposedly he says. Okay, maybe, okay. But he doesn't know that. He's not sure. He thinks maybe the business might go down. It was doing good for the last 4 years, but there's no guarantee the business will do well. Okay, so that's why the lender's going to say, but I'm not safe. Why would I put my money in the risk? I'm going to buy some gold instead, buy crypto, or buy stocks or bonds. Those are safer. A business loan is very risky for the investor. So they require you, despite all that, to put your money down in there. I'm telling you, that's the reality of it. Now, beyond that, if you want, I can talk to you in a private one-on-one consultation and to get into the detail of your situation. By the way, we got a lot of consultation calls tonight. Isn't that interesting? For weeks, nobody needs consultation. Everybody tonight does, it seems like. But you need to get into the minutiae of your case. The tax return will not solve your problem. Okay? And you might want to do a lot of crime to begin with. And if you make too little money, tax return, the lender says, well, gee, again, you don't have much money and don't have much skin in the game. Why should I put my money at risk? And how do I know that I get paid back if the business goes down?
Well, I'm looking for a recession-proof business, and I have excellent credit, so I'm sure I could. The problem is that I don't have tax returns, so that's my roadblock that I'm struggling with. So that's why I'm calling to.
If the lender wants it from you, then you gotta give him one. You gotta give him one. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to say that you're gonna have it both ways.
So okay. So then my next question. So if I haven't been, if I've been going down the path of Freedom Law School and I haven't paid those taxes for the past couple of years, but then in order for me to be able to realize this dream, I do have to file taxes. So what does that then put me, does that put me in a bad position to then start filing taxes if I have been not filing taxes through your method, and let's say I end up having to, face the court? What kind of, position does that put me in? Where does that negate, these past couple of years where I have
Jennifer,
fought for?
As a Restore Freedom Plan member, you are entitled to free, unlimited consultation with my people or myself, if necessary. You don't need to call here for that. Call my office. They'll set you up to talk to me privately, and we don't have to take the stuff from other people. Okay? Call the office. You and I will talk one-on-one. You paid for it already with your membership. You get unlimited consultation with my people or myself as necessary. Let's take our time, do it right.
So I would be able to speak with you personally.
Yeah. For this, yes. My people don't know like I do.
Yeah, I would feel more comfortable with that.
Yeah. Benny can help you with that a little bit. Talk to Benny a little bit, and then he put me on as necessary also, because he knows a lot about businesses and his storage business and all that. He knows a lot about those things. But yeah, we'll take care of you, Jennifer. Benny and I will take care of you. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jennifer. Yeah. Guys, as Restore Freedom Time member, you get unlimited consultation, unlimited help. Any questions that relates in any way to your freedom with IRS, you get unlimited questions answered. With your children, grandchildren, your estate, your business, buying one, selling one, buying a home, selling a home, whatever, changing jobs, getting a new business or closing one, whatever. It all affects it. We want to help you with that. It relates. You get unlimited consultation. Normally I charge $1,000 an hour for my time, because there's so much demand for my time. So I'm limited to our students. Like Jennifer, they go first. If you join, you get unlimited consultation as necessary. I'll give it to you. Okay? But otherwise, we can start with get to know each other on a private one-on-one consultation and go from there if you like. But Jennifer, you get it all as much as you need. Jennifer, let's help you and get all your questions fully answered, resolve this for you once and for all, okay? All right, we got area code 7, a solo caller, and then a 510 area code caller after him. 76 area code caller, you're alive. Give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hi, Peymon. My first name is Richard. The way I heard about you was through YouTube. You popped up because I was doing other research, and that's how I found you. And I absolutely adore you. I've been watching you for a long time. I think that your advice, especially since I cross-referenced it
with some other experts in the arena is absolutely sound. You helped me to get over that fear factor that everybody is programmed by, just the media in general. And so I'm very appreciative to you. I don't have any particular tax issues at this point. Well, I wouldn't say that. I don't know. And that's what my question is next. Where can I find the court and judge that liened my wife's account? I'll tell you, I'll answer any other questions that you have for me.
No judge liened your bank account. The tax agency levied your bank account. The tax agency, no judge did that. It was not a judge.
Okay, got it. Without a judge, there's no court document.
No.
We've never been served anything. Just out of the blue, they took money out of a bank account, and then they also sent something to an employer to, I guess, what you would call levy the paychecks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see, most Americans do not know. You need to let the IRS know of your last known address. Okay, by certified mail, and keep proof of it. Because if you don't do that, if they send a tax proposal letter to some old address they have of you, you don't get it. So you don't get to challenge it. And then because you didn't challenge it, now you owe it. The tax agencies are the only ones that can do that. So that's probably what happened to you, Richard, to your wife's situation, is you guys did not know about that. It's so important you give them any address. Could be your home address, work address, lawyer's address, uncle's address, nephew's address, a P.O. box, private mailbox, CPA's address. Doesn't matter. You get to designate one address, and you tell the IRS, look, send anything to this address, okay? And now it's up to you to check that mail on a regular basis. And if the IRS sends you a tax proposal, you get it, and you're going to challenge it. With your wife, I can see that is the problem. You did not know, unfortunately, that you have to do this. So that's why you did not get the IRS tax proposals. They didn't get to challenge them. Now they're just out of the straight taking the bank account and paycheck, unfortunately. So you have still some choices.
How, may I ask?
Yeah.
Is that recorded somewhere? Do they record this somewhere?
What is this? What do you mean?
Where's the record? Where's
record
the record
of what? Of what?
asking?
Record of what?
Of the fact that they served us.
The IRS, in the computer files, they have those. But nowhere publicly they have to have it. In their own computers, it's enough.
Okay, so we don't even know it's the IRS. We don't know if it's the California Tax Franchise Board. We don't know if it's the IRS.
Ask the bank.
We don't know who
ask the bank. Hold on, Richard. All you gotta do is tell the bank, hey, give me a copy of the court order or tax agency order. Who's taking my money? I mean, as far as you know, you're stealing my money yourself, bank. You're lying to me. I don't believe you. I don't believe you that the IRS took my money. Show me. Prove to me. Give me the copy of the IRS letter, or if it's California Franchise Tax Board, fine. Give me the copy of the letter. Otherwise, you're stealing my money yourself. That's all you got to do. Demand the copy of the government letter.
Done that? Yeah. Yeah, we've been asking for that for about a month, and there's been no response. We have called the customer service. There's no response from that. They take our information, no response. So they have received this information from somebody, right? And like you said, the agency. And the agency, but we've lived in the same place for the last 10 years. And even before that, we lived in that place for 20 years. So the point is that there's only a couple of addresses to go to. But I appreciate that insight. So there was one thing that you mentioned, a CPA, which we have had in the past to do our taxes. Is there a possibility that if we gave that CPA a power of attorney to gather certain information, that could be the issue?
Look, you can call the IRS yourself. Your CPA will do nothing more than you can. As far as what this is all about. Or if it's FTB, you don't know, California Franchise Tax Board. He cannot do any more. He needs to find out, just like you and me, from the bank. You say, where is the copy of the legal document that you got? Go visit the bank in person, make hell, go bring the police. Bank police say, hey, they're stealing my money. The police is saying, I'm reporting it theft, 911, theft. They say they took my money by some court order, but they won't give it to me. Police will tell them,
yeah, what you're saying is that this is Wells Fargo that's doing this.
Okay,
so
call the police on Wells Fargo. You have to give me a copy of that legal order. They have to give it to you. Go up the chain, go in the person, make hell, call the police. They have to give you a copy of that legal order.
Okay, so they tell me okay, so no problem, but okay, not a problem. I appreciate your insights, and the insight of calling that or filing a police report is a good idea. I'll try that. And
call 911
from there. So.
Call police. Okay. Tell the Wells Fargo manager in the branch, you better go get that. I'll wait here. You better go get that. I'm going to call police on you guys. You guys are stealing money. You're a thief. I don't believe you. I don't believe that on anything to IRS or FTB. You're lying because you're not giving me a copy of the legal order. If there is a legal order, you must give it to me.
Yes.
So call the police on them in person. 911. Call if you have to. Theft in progress.
Okay, no problem. I've done that before. I had to do that during the COVID thing about a mask. They weren't going to allow us to get our prescriptions filled, and I called 911.
Well, but that's different. Hold on. That's that.
So,
I got you. Let's stick to the point. Stick to the point, Richard. Okay. Anything else, Richard, besides this, my friend? Any other questions?
That's it. No, you answered my question.
That's it. Good.
Thank you for the encouragement and the direction. I appreciate you very much.
You're welcome.
God bless you,
richly. Thank you, Richard.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye now.
Bye-bye. Okay, we have now 510 caller. I think he's the last 209 area code caller, maybe, right? He may be back to 209 area code caller. We'll see. Okay, let's go to Oakland, California, 510 area code. My friend, give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hey, Peymon. It's Andrew calling from California. Heard about you a long time ago. I've called several times through I guess Flyover Conservative, Lindell TV, those mediums.
Okay.
So I got a quick question. So I've sent in all 9 petitions to the Congress. I only received 4 of those receipts that said they received it. There's 5 outstanding. Am I still safe? Am I still okay?
I didn't understand your question. You sent petitions to Congress and what else?
Yeah, I only received, you get the return receipts. I got like 4 of those, 4 of the 9.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering, there's outstanding. I'm waiting for it to be received over there and for them to return the receipt.
Okay, that's fine. You don't need that. You don't need that at all. As long as you have proof of mailing by certified mail, that's proof that they got it. It's good enough. You can go online at USPS.com, put the tracker number of the certified mail, and print out the proof of delivery that the post office gives you. You did just fine. You're good.
Okay. And if I decide to leave the state and sell my home, and if I, let's say, go to Florida and I'm not going to buy right away, how do I get out of paying any gains on the house, paying the feds gain on the house?
Is it your primary home?
Primary home, yes.
You want to buy yourself or with your wife?
With my wife.
And how much will be your gain after paying off loans and closing costs?
Well, we're almost free and clear, so it could be like $1 million or something like that.
Join the Restore Freedom Plan, my friend. We'll take care of you, 100%.
Yeah. And how do you recommend, like, if you don't buy right away?
Oh, by the way, hold on. Before I go on, I forgot. Become a member first, so that when the escrow opens up, we will get the copy, the paperwork of the closing papers from escrow, and educate the escrow people to follow the law as written. Not by these dumb forms that these form companies give up to fill out, which is wrong, and show them, look, you don't commit a crime, break federal law, or have me break the federal law. There should not be 1099 you to the IRS at all to begin with. Yeah, we can stop it right there. So join right now for the current year, okay, and then for next year when you're going to sell the house, well, or later this year, we cover you for that also. But we want to. It's better if you don't get 1099 to begin with at all. If we properly educate the escrow company to follow the law, the tax law is written. Okay.
Yeah. And just one more thing. What do you recommend? The banks. I'm a little jittery about banks these days. How would you recommend? It's not really an IRS question, but recommend the funds be moved. I don't want to stick it in a bank necessarily because of scary stories I've heard about folks being questioned about why do you want your money and all that stuff. So
take it out. If you want to get by the bank, get it out. You can do multiple ways. Get cash out, hold on to it in cash, buy some gold, silver, platinum, precious metals, buy Bitcoin or crypto, various crypto you can get. These are all options available. And depends on how much money you got. Is it 10,000, 100,000, 10 million? You see, that all makes a difference. I was a financial planner in my 20s for about 6 years. So it all depends. There's no black and white depending on your situation. I would recommend a combination of those things.
Okay, I see you're not recommending the bank either. Okay, good.
No.
All right, thank you.
Why support your enemies?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Thank you for your insight. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. Thank you for that question, Andrew. And 209 area code caller. He's still there, or she. But would she answer? Let's see. But before we get to her, listen, if you got a question, the call number is, everybody see it up here, 424-552-1299. And then on your telephone keypad, you press 1. Okay, 424-552-1299. And on your telephone keypad, you press 1. So let's go to area code 209 caller, if he or she is there. Is he there? Is she there? Okay. 209 caller, you're live. If you're there, go ask the question and announce yourself, please.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I hear you, my friend. Yes.
Yeah, this is John from California.
Yes, from Central California. How did you hear about us, John?
I actually heard about you many, many years ago from Nevin.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Very good. Very good. All right. Tell him I said hi. What's going on? So what's on your mind, John?
Hey, I sent a letter I got from the FTB to the email yesterday, and I think Eric should have printed it out for you.
He sure did. Okay, what you got, John, from California? You got a request for tax return from California Franchise Tax Board for, let's see, for what year is it for? It says for year 2022, and they want to respond by June 11th. And they claim that, uphold citizen information about you supposed to do some crypto with them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I would ask them, I wouldn't even do nothing or tell them, what do you got? I don't know what you got. What are you talking about? Okay. Because is Uphold the company that went broke? Is it the one that closed up shop? No.
No, that was like FTX.
FTX is one of them. I heard other ones, but I just didn't know. Okay, yeah. So they will probably issue you a notice of proposed assessment no matter what you tell them anyways. They'll probably do that. But if you want, if you're curious, tell them, what do you got? What is this all about? Give me more detail. What do you have? Documentation. But there's nothing you can do at this point. The time to challenge them really is if and when, and 90% they will send you a notice of proposed assessment. It's a tax proposal letter, which you have 60 days to challenge by asking for a hearing. So I would do that at that time. This one, you could ask for whether they got or not. What did you do with the uphold? Did you do a lot of transactions, buying, selling, or what happened with you in uphold?
Yeah, buying. So I bought cryptocurrency on Uphold. I'm still holding it. And actually, so the thing was, like, it was easy enough to make my account in the beginning, and then Uphold kept asking for more and more information. And then they would, like, shut off my account until I provided the information. And now, I think the last time, it was a year or more ago, that they asked, like, for my tax returns, which I don't have any. So my account is locked. I have some crypto there. I have most of my crypto off of there. But like I have no way to off-ramp it because I guess every exchange is going to want all this information. In return, they're going to provide information to the IRS or the FTB.
So what? They all going to do it anyhow. So in the future, you want to minimize doing anything with exchanges and use wallets only whenever possible.
Sure. Yeah, so right now I'm not doing anything. It's just sitting on the side.
How much was in there? 10,000, 10 million, 100,000? How much did you buy?
Probably about 80,000.
That wasn't that much. Okay. And you left it there?
Well, so I have 35,000 XRP on the exchange, and then I have the majority, more than 50,000 in my possession on a crypto wallet.
Yeah, only 35,000 with an uphold, so I don't see what the big deal about all this is all about. It's too small to worry about anything. I don't think they're going to bother you. They may not. Depends on how much money they think you made on your crypto.
Gotcha. So I'm wondering what information the Uphold gave them, because at some point they were asking questions like, well, how much do you make a year? How much crypto do you plan on buying?
I don't know.
And so
I don't know. No one knows. Ask them.
Yeah.
Okay. You can send a copy.
Send a letter back.
You send a letter back where it's about, send one to disclosure department and address it to disclosure. Hey, give me information about what Uphold gave you about this letter, and they'll give that to you. You can do it that way too. Address to the FTB in Sacramento. Address it to disclosure department, and if they would a copy of this letter, and they'll give you the answer, the documents.
Which department was that?
Disclosure. They disclose information. They disclose documents. Disclosure department.
Okay, for the FTB.
Yep. All right, any other questions?
Okay, and then
yes, sir?
No, just other than, I'll go ahead and write a letter, send it to them, ask them what information they have.
Yep.
And then other than that, I'm not going to reply to this request for tax return?
Yeah. You're fine. You've been proactive, but there's only so much you can do right now. Just hurry up and wait. That's all you can do for the most part.
Gotcha. I appreciate your help, Peymon.
You're welcome. My pleasure, John.
All right. Have a great day.
Have a great evening, my friend. Let's see. Do you have any more callers? Okay, we have some comments, and also there's a letter here from Carson, okay, with a detailed tax question. But let me take a comments online before I get to Carson's question. Let's see. Which one should I go to, guys? Okay. Do you suspect that our federal representatives refer names to the IRS who have completed petitions sent certified to their offices? No. Of course. They don't do that. Not only that would be a violation of your right to be speaking to your representatives, privately without retaliation, because First Amendment of the Constitution guarantees your right to free speech, other rights, including your right to petition your representatives without being harassed, without being retaliated for simply writing them and communicating with your representatives in a peaceful manner. Okay, so no. They know not to do that, and they're not interested in doing that, and they're lazy anyway, and they're out there half the time. Congressman's time is spent raising money for their next election campaign. They don't have time or interest with you who says some letter like that. It's sad. It's unfortunate. That's not the way it should be. We are working to change that with you, but no. As far as them reporting to the IRS, no, that ain't going to happen. Don't worry about that. You're good there, okay? Exercise your right, folks, to talk to these people. Criticize the government openly, like I am. In Iran, where I came from, if you criticize the king, Shah of Iran, and the government heard about it, you could have been kidnapped, thrown in prison, no notice, no hearing, no trial, for weeks or months, who knows, torture perhaps. Most of the world is dictatorship. America is the most free country on earth still, of any major country at least. You got to exercise those muscles of freedom. Right, your lawmakers. They work for you. You are their bosses. They work for you and me, my friend. Okay, get that attitude in your head. You are the boss, not them. Okay? All right. I hope you guys got that straight, brothers and sisters. Be an American, okay? We have to be courageous. Now, we got another caller from area code 443, right? Okay. 443 area code caller. Please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please. Are you there?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I was calling. I'm not even positive how much I owe.
What is your first name? How you heard about us first, and then your question.
Lois.
Mm-hmm. And how you heard about us?
Well, I came across you when I was online.
Okay.
Or on YouTube.
Okay.
But my husband took care of all the finances and also the tax returns and everything, and he passed away in 2020. And after that, I did not do very well as far as taking care of everything. And, well, I ended up, I didn't have enough taken out. I got his pension and my Social Security. And listening to the other callers, I mean, I don't have that much coming in, but every year I would owe like $12,000 or you know, not $12,000. I would owe a couple thousand, but anyway, it's adding up to where now I owe about $12,000 or so, and you know, it makes me nervous because I owe this money. Well, like one other caller was saying, I'm getting ready to put my house up for sale, but I need the equity out of my house, which isn't a whole lot the time I pay the realtor and all, to do what I have to do to get someplace else to live. And someplace smaller and less upkeep, and you know, and I was wondering, are they going to come after the money from the house?
Probably. Probably when you sell the house out of the closing, they'll probably take that out there.
Oh, boy. I was hoping they wouldn't because I need that money.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh.
I'm sorry about that.
All righty. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I could not give you better news than that.
That's okay. That's okay. I appreciate it.
You're welcome,
Thank
Louis.
you.
Take care. You're welcome. All right. Should I go with questions online, guys, or should I get to Carson's longer question? Guys, Eric, what do you think? Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm going to get the Carson question, I guess. Let me see what we got. Someone asked, STTT asked, is there a time frame that will pass by that the IRS will not go back to? Like, is everything destroyed after 7 years? Typically, but no guarantee. Maybe 10 years. 7 to 10 years is usually about the max. They can go back. It's just nobody keeps records beyond 7 to 10 years. That's generally the case. Very rarely anything beyond 10 years. I doubt. Even beyond 7 years is not that common. Okay. For example, if someone stopped filing in 20 and never received any notices and it's 2028, would they still possibly get letters, etc., regarding 2020 taxes? Well, yeah, it's still possible. Yeah, because it's not, 7, 8 years and it hasn't quite passed yet. It's possible. But as you get to like 7 years, 6, 7 years, 8 years, the more time goes, the chances become less and less to near zero, basically. Okay? All right? Someone else asked, can we send Doge copies of our petitions? Well, would that help? You can send it. I'm not sure if they'll do anything about it because that's not the focus of Doge. Okay? But I'm going to put something together for you guys send to Donald Trump, the president himself. I'm going to put a campaign letter for everybody to send out to Donald Trump now. And that's one of my goals to do this summer. So that would be something useful you could do in addition to writing a congressman. Okay? Let's see. Another question. That's any question on there I should answer, guys? Okay. If not, you guys go through that. Let me know. I'm going to go with this question here right now we got from Carson. Carson says, I have a detailed tax question. I've been a W-2 employee and not filed 7 to 8 years. Congratulations. Good for you. My uncle explained the laws to me and my wife back then, and we made the decision to stop filing and claim exempt in all future forms. Very well. A few years ago, I was able to acquire ownership in a company. As we exploded in the past 2 years. Oh, the construction company guy. I already answered this question already. You called. He had a construction company. All right, well, I guess you guys' question answered. Carson, okay, very good. That's right, I see that's okay. So this got taken care of already. Okay? That's got taken care of. All right. Anybody else? Oh, Gazelle says, when you're paying quarterly estimated taxes for a new year, for example, 2024, and you have not yet, what? Stop doing it, Gazelle. Stop sending any quarterly estimated payments to the IRS. Okay? Stop giving your money to the thieves and criminals. All right? Let's see. That's it. That's all the questions we got. Last time for a question. If you have a question, the number to call is 424-552-1299. And your telephone keypad, press 1. And you're going to go next. Number again, if you have a question, is 424-552-1299. And then press 1. I will take your question next. Okay. Now somebody says, I think if you pay estimated taxes, you have contracted that you owe for the year, and therefore they may chase that down. No. You've not contracted nothing by giving some money to the thieves voluntarily. That means nothing. You just throw your money down the drain and say, kiss it goodbye. That's all that is. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. And is it true that Dodge has contracted to update the IRS's computer systems? No. Okay? To update IRS's computer system is a major monumental job. Since 1980s, IRS has been trying to do unsuccessfully, repeatedly. Doge does not have that mission to update the computers. No, the capability to do that. I don't think they can even update the computers. Just like a Soviet Union, you could not clean up and make communist Soviet Union better. That's what Gorbachev wanted to do, Mikhail Gorbachev, the leader of the Soviet Union. He couldn't do it. And you cannot update 1960s assembly language and COBOL antiquated programs and computer equipment in the IRS with 2025 technology. You just cannot do it. Eventually it will collapse. Okay? Now let's see. All right. I got some thank yous from A2 to Ron. Okay, thank you. And J. Brand E33 said, is it true that Congress has exempted themselves from audits? If so, can a name change help me avoid audits? I've never heard of such a thing. I don't think so. No. People say a bunch of nonsense. I mean, they can audit the presidents if you wanted to. They did. They went after Trump. We just don't know that's not the case. All right? Okay, guys. Thank you for being with me. I love you. Remember, love somebody. Text them our website, freedomlawschool.org. Text them our first 10-minute video on the step 1 about the law. Ask them to watch it on the drive to work or from work to home. Okay? And ask them, show you where Freedom Law School is wrong if they can find it. You appreciate their opinion, their input. You respect their input. Okay? They're going to see this and say, whoa, thank you for waking me up. Okay? Share our website on social media. Oh, by the way, we're going to be in Vegas. I forgot. In Las Vegas at the Bitcoin 2025 event we got coming up. Yes. I'm glad you guys reminded me about that, okay? They put it on our front page. Here we go. Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas, May 27 to 29. So, be there if you're West Coast area. Definitely for sure you want to come to Vegas, and I'll be there in person, okay, to a Bitcoin 2025 event, okay, in Las Vegas, okay? All right, so with that, everybody, I'm going to thank you all for being with me. Love you all. I'll be back with you again next week.